Hey there, Janice Petteway, Director of Brokerage Development for Realty Corp International. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today, our title is Update for Uplift, and it's all about taking the time because right this minute, hopefully you realize you do have some time. As long as you're staying organized and on task, you have plenty of time to update all your profiles and all of your about info. And hopefully you have taken some classes, you're reading some books, you're being inspired, but hopefully there's some things you could add to your about info. Maybe you're going to get a little bit more creative in your personal side, so you're going to do some exploring. Google the best real estate profiles and see what you see and read them. See if there's a blog on or a TED Talk or something on creating a really good profile as a salesperson. I want you to learn to not just take information from someone. I want you to be inspired. So I'm not giving you the sites or the words right now. I'm asking you to do some research so that you can start feeling your own creativity. And I want you to make yourself shine. It's time for you to take anything out that's old and kind of just date it and update it. You know, what is it about you that has changed since you wrote that bio or that about info? I'm not talking about, you've given your kids away in the last few days because they're driving you crazy, but maybe you wrote it when you had small children at home and maybe you don't anymore. It's amazing how we get so busy in our lives and we don't think to go back and do some of these things, which also brings up photos. If people meet you and they look at you funny, it might just be because your image now does not match your image from whenever you had that picture taken, which is fine. We all change through the years and age. It's way better than the alternative, right? So be proud of it, but keep it current. So I think Samantha Morris likes to say that, 2 years or so should be as long as you use a picture. I'm in the process of, I had to cancel because of all the scheduling for a new professional one, and it's probably time for you to do that as well. So when you're writing these things, I want you to make sure it's got some good details about who you are as a professional, but does the public really care about all those letters I see sometimes you put behind your name? They don't understand what that is. So I would suggest that if you do that, maybe explain a little bit about what it is. But really they want to always know is what can you do and what have you learned in your field of expertise that is going to help them in their pursuit of their own goals, right? So kind of write it with that in mind, but do your research and have some fun with it. I want you to send it to your owner or your fellow realtor in your office. I want you to let a family member look at it. I want you to get some good approvals and encouragement from them. So don't just keep it to yourself, share it before you do anything. So one little tidbit I wanted to give you also before we go today is, first of all, don't forget you are exercising every day, you're listening to a podcast, you are reading for at least 30 minutes, you're doing all those other things we talked about the first few days, always, every day, at least 5 days a week. Do something for your brain and your heart and all of that stuff to get your juices pumping and your blood going. It's so important as we're isolated that we keep our bodies healthy and our mental um, part of us strong, but also our spirit. So one thing I thought we could do that maybe would help a little bit spirit wise. I'm not telling you to get within the 6 feet of another person or any of that stuff, but do you have a neighbor on your street that's maybe a little bit older that has a small dog or any size dog actually that maybe needs to go for a walk? Could you leave a note and ask them if they need help with anything like that to please call you or text you? Because they could very easily send the dog out. You could wear gloves, paper towel, or whatever you need to for the actual leash, but you might help, right? And also the power of a handwritten note. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I have some really good ideas for you, but it's time for us to connect on a little bit deeper level with some of the people in our life and some new people in our life. So we're going to talk about that. But writing your neighbor a note and just very kindly saying, I noticed that you have a dog and I'm going stir crazy, and the kids and I would be open to taking the dog for a walk every day just to give you a break and give us something fun to do. Please call me if you would like that. I think that might be kind of nice, don't you? So anyway, see if you can make that happen. Again, you're just meeting more and more people, and people that you probably should have known anyway. You're getting out there and doing something good. But at the end of the day, it's all about helping each other, right? So I'll see you tomorrow.